Testing. And here we are. It is Phoenix Wright as attorney. Make sure the volume is good and not too loud. Let me see if I can fix that. That is the problem with Phoenix Wright. The music is very loud. Alright, I'm gonna hope that got rid of the echo. Testing. Testing, testing. Yeah, but the options for Phoenix Wright, if I have any complaints about the game, that you don't have like a slider for your sound, you have buttons. Yeah, I still like this game. It's my favorite court simulator. I will be attempting to do funny voices sometimes. Hee hee hoo hoo. And just for that, I have lots of viewers, so we're doing pretty good, I gotta say. But I think I will start in 4 minutes. Let's things get fixed. Get to play with the funny buttons. But yeah, I've streamed this in a Discord server once. It was interesting. Speaking of which, I should probably tell that server as well that I am streaming right now. I will say the cool thing about this trilogy that I can't really show right now. There we are. 3 games. As with most trilogies. I like this one the most though. Alright. It's about time that I show off Phoenix Wright, Ass Attorney. Episode 1, The First Turnabouts, where we meet our main character, the guy with the bullet hole. Ketchup. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Do not fear, I am also 6 years old. Oh yeah, it's the tutorial case with That's a funny little thing most of the tutorial cases are gonna do. They're gonna show you uh who exactly did it. There are exceptions. Right. This is Mia. Oh, hiya, Chief. Ooh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Hello, Mario. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor, which is definitely legal. A favor? That's definitely not legal. You mean you knew the clients before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out how... I want to help him out any way I can. It's Mia. Nothing bad happens to her. Smile. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. Like, my life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah. It's him. Death, despair. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Yes, it is her. She goes to jail. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm like so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. The other voice I have for this guy is really loud, and I don't know if I can do that right now. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm like finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright, ace attorney. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. This guy, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. It is a good thing we are all 6 years old. In the 6 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone, he's a good guy at heart. And I own one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Yes, I said 6 years. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. I said 6 years because we are all 6 years old. As I have the humor of a 6-year-old.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright. But this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little bit nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your clients. It is him, the ugly bastard himself. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. And shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It is me, Phoenix Wright. The defendant is me, right? Right! Have you completely lost your mind? Focus! The defendant is the person on trial. You're his lawyer. Yeah, right. There's no laughing matter. You're in court. You did pass the bar, didn't you? I don't think he did. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask one more time. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Don't worry, guys. I know the answer. It is Mia Fey. The defendant, that's Mia Fey. Wrong, right. Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon. Listen, right? The defendant is the one on trial. Your client. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I've got to relax. Sorry, I am old. I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It is me, Larry Butts. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. It only took you the third try. Testing something. I think it's working. Yep. Okay. Got a notification from that my microphone disconnected. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial, correct? Yes, Your Honor. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I knew this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. You know what that is, right? About that. Just press tab to check at any time. Okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Who is the victim in this case? Cindy's autopsy report. Cause of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Gotcha. The name is Mia Fey. Mia Fey? What? How could I be the victim? Oh, right, sorry, it was the first name that popped into my head, and the court record writes, remember to use it when you're in a pinch with tab. Let me ask that once again. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Now, because this isn't my first time playing the game, If you chose Mia both times, you actually get an achievement on Steam where it's Mia's profile and the achievement is called Please Turn in Your Badge, which I think is hilarious for the first case. So uh it's center block. Is Miss Block right? Miss Center Block? The person in question was a victim of murder, not ill-conceived naming, Mr. Wright. Right? If you forget something, use tab to check the court record and jog your memory. A mistaken court could cost you the case. The case. I'll ask that one again. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was poisoned. Hit with a blunt. She was struck once by a blunt. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Oh yeah, like his isn't the most normal name I'd say, but it definitely is one of the more normal ones. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Heavy enough to hit someone over the head lethally. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. And this gun. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Not that frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? You went to law school, right? Right? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
So I totally just pissed myself. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die?
Wasn't dumped.
Nah, I like the other one better. Like, I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking any of my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
Water.
She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport. Added to the court record. July 30th. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah. Larry has a way with running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I'm gonna wait and see. Might be better not to get involved in this one.
Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, no way! That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Oh, absolutely. Larry could have experienced this in person, and I still think he would be the least informed person in the room. I skipped that dialogue. I believe
the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy. This is not looking so good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
He went. Fuck. What do I do? Now, as a lawyer, a thing you always want you to do is to tell your client to lie their ass off. As I am Saul Goodman, I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
You don't remember. Well then, we'll just have to remind you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The murderer. The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the courts. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand. Mr. Sawt, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Salt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness accounts. Gameplay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead, deceased, still. lying there. Just taking a nap, I think. Dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, so I went inside and grabbed that phone right there. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Oh, the man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Guilty as fuck. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that was on Mr. Sod... The phone that Mr. Sod used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout report added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? It was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, and then point out the you did it too soon. Point out the contradictions in the testimony. Now this is everything that he just said before, but I am going to press him. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd that you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like, he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of the crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course. What the witness means is that the man he saw looks suspicious. So, what happened next?
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes. The door was half open halfway. Yes. I said that right. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought.
I see. And what happened next?
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. I didn't mean to do that. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, yes, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want a peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing.
Sure, words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly?
So you looked to the apartment. What happened next?
Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead, deceased. Please stop. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no. I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay. What happened next? So I touched the phone. You thought to call the police. Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony, I beg you. You thought to call the police. What happened next?
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And the phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone? Don't you have a cell phone? Those haven't been never mind. Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answers at nearby apartments. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. You seem really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem a little strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Gotcha. Didn't mean to do that. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Seems really confident. Is that the last one? No, there's one. Are you absolutely 100% positive? Look at him! I could recognize that pointed hair anywhere. It was him, no mistake about it.
The witness says he's certain.
That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with tab. If something strikes you as being suspicious, then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Well, you see, here's the evidence right here. I am a lawyer. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. You see, the contradiction is, she died. You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, saw it. I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody or no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that,
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Swords, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Well, gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always begets more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? So she was like really dead. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but there was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a program saying the time. On a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Time of discovery. Mia, what do I do? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. Hold it, Your Honor. You said heard, not saw? Yes, I heard. So your Frank heard it. Very funny. Like I haven't heard that a million fucking times. All I saw was the body lying there. He did. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. But there was a blackout. Your watch couldn't have worked. Do you know how watches work, Wright? Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but you were so shocked by the body you wouldn't hear anything at all.
What type of logic is that? The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't have heard anything.
I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. You know, the television that was totally working. You know, because there was a blackout from noon to 6 p.m. But you... Objection, Your Honor. I'm a lawyer. Your Honor, that statement contradicts the evidence. Mr. Wright, I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? And then I think we've seen that one before. So yeah, are you sure it was a television, not a radio? Yes, well, no, I guess it might not have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television, and a phone, and a table, and a dead corpse.
Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television.
The witness has testified. He heard the time.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? There was a voice saying the time. It probably coming from the television. Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution had said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Ugh. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Oh, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Swords? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Uh,
Ah!
Wait, I remember now. Mr. Swords, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. Uh, my apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Swords. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. Fuck you, Phoenix. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yes. The murder weapon. The killer used the murder weapon, a table clock, to kill the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? I don't think it's this one I pressed that on. Yes, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Your Honor. Statue. Wait a moment. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sott. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is indeed a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? No, I'm good. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right? Are you out of your fucking mind? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all. The witness couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. He said himself he never entered the apartment. It was in his testimony, yeah, but he lied. That's not the point, right? Hey, you're right. Is something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he knew the victim. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I'll prove you were the one who killed her. Phoenix, I think you, overstepped something there just now. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. I don't know if that played. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As you can see, she is dead. Mr. Sods, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke to you as it hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Just look at the witness's face. Didn't mean to do that. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, and I heard no, I saw...
Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death.
Order in the court, I must say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully, Your Honor. Sound Mr. Heard was definitely this clock, a fact of which is clear if you simply ask the neighbors. All you have to do is talk to the victim's neighbors. Talk to the victim's neighbors. I'm sure one of them heard the clock tell the time when the incident occurred. I see. Does the prosecution have anything to say, Mr. Payne? Anything? No, you're good? Okay.
Wait, Your Honor. We've already made all the necessary inquiries. Everyone living near the victim's apartment was out at the time of the murder. Furthermore, even if a neighbor had heard the clock, that would not prove that Mr. Sod had heard anything.
That is true. I believe you may be wrong, Mr. Wright. I'm now going to blow up your health bar. You'll receive a penalty for that, unfortunately. The penalty being... Testing. Still working good. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Let me think about it again. The whole case is riding on this. I better think it carefully. A fact which is clear if you simply sound the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sod heard and the actual time of death, which was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, Mr. Sods, sorry, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
What may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
Oh. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sott.
I come all this way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like some criminal, a criminal. You lawyers are all slime.
Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. You're going to be executed in 3 seconds. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saltz. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Think, Wright, think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right, right? Left, left? Can you think of the reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? No. How am I supposed to know that? I know you can figure it out. There must be some evidence in the court record. Something that can show why that clock was 3 hours slow. Find it, and he won't have a foot to stand on.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
you say the clock was already running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder. Do you have evidence to prove this?
This is it. All or nothing. Yes, Your Honor. I believe I have the evidence that can prove my claim.
I'd like to see that.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was slow.
Your Honor. Passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? He's gone.
Order, order, I must say. Well, we cleaned the corpse. This case certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
Yup. He was arrested and taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, guilty as fuck. And with that, this court is adjourned. We have to clean that confetti now.
Turned out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartments, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sod let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sod grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m.
District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. This case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry. She was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the Harry now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's the murder weapon.
A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry. Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. Shoke. Soke.
What? Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Sympathizing. Isn't that right? Right? Left? Middle? Don't you have something to show to your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. If you've ever seen another Ace Attorney stream, some of the things I say are not original jokes. What the heck is she talking about? Larry, I don't know if you're gonna believe this, But I am a lawyer. Check this out, Larry. It's the murder weapon. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
It's the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Am I getting paid?
No.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Especially after a trial and not like during your law school. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. But I do. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him?
Yeah. Part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Huh. Larry slammed me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you can count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another murder incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. That is the end of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I hope you enjoyed that game. Kidding, I am doing the second trial.
Hello, this is Nick. Nick. Hello, this is Maya.
Hey, Maya, it's me.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Sorry, I've been so busy.
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault.
Nah,
I'm just teasing. I've been great. It's been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place.
that's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask.
I know. You want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here.
I gotcha. So, what's it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys.
Hey, what the fuck? I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
papers. Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes.
Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 p.m., to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger.
Okay. We'll hit the usual joints.
Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon.
Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya.
Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
I don't wake up that early.
September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Vanco Law Offices.
Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
Merry Christmas. You are not coniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see.
Just remembered a trick I'm gonna try right now to make sure no one else in the house can hear me. I should have been more careful.
Yes. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I'm so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay.
No! Red, white, blue. Fuck. Gonna check real quick. Okay. Oh, I just saw. Thank you for following me. Ram Ranch. Oh, woo. And I see you too, Slick. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. But unfortunately, the chief. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Okay, no funny dialogue. That smell. Blood. Right. I'm dining with God.
Sis!
Someone's there. Chief? 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 Chief! Chief! Yeah, she's dead. Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Chief. Wake up, please. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The thinker, probably the murder weapon, added to the court record. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? What could it be? Goodbye. That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me.
I appear.
Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here.
Maya. Maya Fey.
Maya Fey?
Excuse me, I just, where's the phone?
Reception desk. I usually sit here. Excuse me. I just need to... There we are. Right. I better call the police. Huh? That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart.
Please!
Fuck, I just remembered I have to do this character's voice.
Please come quickly.
What was that? Was it Mia? Someone screaming from outside the window? Huh. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. I have to take the thinker statue and throw it through the window. Should actually... Paper. A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Wait a second. Maya. Was Mia trying to tell us something about that girl? I think I'd better show her this receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Hello. Hello, Mario. What happened? What happened? She doesn't seem to be in shock. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened?
I came in, the room was dark, and Sis,
So she was already dead. So, you're the chief's
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
and you were here visiting this late at night?
Yes, she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence.
Yes, it was that clock.
It was that Glock.
It was the thinker.
Did you know that I am a lawyer?
I'm sorry, I've never seen that before.
Have you seen this before? About the thinker?
You're gonna beat me to death too now, aren't you? Now, what was this?
Probably shouldn't have asked her about the murder weapon. Do you know about this plate? This was lying next to the chief.
I know, I saw it there too. I was sitting on it. It didn't feel very good. I thought they might be pieces of the light stand.
Maybe. Never heard of a glass light stand before. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt.
That's my name. Why would you write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would Sis write my name?
Uh-oh. Now I've done it. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way.
Freeze, police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Hey, yo, forget about it. Alright. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder.
Must have been that woman I saw.
Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, Kay?
Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have.
Nah.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Case solved.
Killer, I'm not.
Case closed. You're coming to the precinct, down to the precinct, ma'am. Ma'am.
What?
I send you to the void dimension.
Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal.
Oh. It's you. The lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning. She looks so tired.
Are you gonna be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you.
Up to me?
Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide or can decide. You do have to hire me. That's how it works. After all, you're the one in trouble here.
They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No. I never thought.
It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard what about me? You presented your badge in court like 6 times, saying like the reason that you were right was because you're a lawyer.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Uh-oh.
Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How did that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while.
Huh. Something crashed and burned?
He's a genius. He's the smartest moron I've ever met. One of those strike fears into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience.
Huh. That sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now.
I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty.
What the fuck, Mia?
That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I just can't sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia,
I know.
how are you doing, sir? True. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. I did, in fact, present my badge. A lot. I sure hope it does not become a recurring thing I do. Smile for the camera. Maya, now's your chance. Can you fit through those bars? I am a lawyer. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Lawyer powers activate.
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes, like people in religious training? What is it you do? I should probably mention something about the Ace Attorney world. So, this game was made in Japan, but it was translated to be in America. And right now, the excuse is that like this is an alternate timeline where all the stuff with the Japanese people being put in concentration camps did not happen. So this is an alternate timeline. Japanifornia.
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
A spirit medium? I'm sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock is shaped like the Thinker.
The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
Oh, you recorded it.
Yeah. What did you think I meant? I forgot to delete those things.
So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. I'm going to put it through the glass between us. Oh. I just remembered that detectives took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training, and you're pretty short, and you are in jail. If you somehow escape jail, you will be a small medium at large.
Nick, the Fey family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second. You said the Fey family? So it's like a mafia thing.
No.
So Mia was into this stuff too.
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I had no idea. Wait. What? So you're a real honest to goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that.
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her.
Well, wouldn't that be easy? I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something like on that level.
I thought it would be too easy. Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor?
Yeah?
This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble.
I could defend you.
Do you think you could ask him to represent me?
Yeah. Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much.
I have no one else to turn to. What about me?
I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents? I'm so fucking sorry. See? Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
Then I'm fucked. They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 o'clock this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Hi, I got this memo from Miss Maya. I wanted to ask you about your cell phone.
The detectives took it when they brought me in.
Oh, well, forget about it.
So Gumshoe took it. I'll have to try and get it back next time I see him. On the move. September 6th. Vanco Law Offices. Office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues.
Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're the Butts guy, aren't you?
No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry?
Guess I got the right name wrong, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right?
He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumtree, Suede Shoes. Suede Shoes, wasn't it?
That's me. Don't step on my blue suede shoes. Wait, that's a song, pal. My name is Dick Gumshoe. Wait, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick.
Whew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Well, good news. I have just the evidence to prove I'm a lawyer.
What's that? Sorry, pal, I got no info for the likes of you.
Oh, yeah, you got no info, right? Well,
Here you go.
I was wondering, did you see Maya's cell phone?
Oh, that. Yeah, I have that. It's mine now.
I see a new person. No problemo. Welcome. Hello. Nah, don't worry. I am going for not until the next to be continued, but like I'm going to the end of the first the second day of this because there's 2 days in this trial.
Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him not so straight. That's just my style. Okay, I can't be straight with this guy. But what should I tell him?
Something the matter?
Oh, no. That carrying strap on the cell phone?
This? It says the Steel Samurai, warrior of near old Tokyo.
This,
The Steel Samurai, that action hero on TV? Forget about it. Hey, old Mockney.
yeah, you see that strap is a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go.
Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation.
I also checked the recorded conversation.
My cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation.
Man, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, I'm going to die soon. Huh? A clock? Yeah, a clock's going to bludgeon my skull in. Mia. About Miss Fay. Did you do an autopsy?
Me personally, no, I don't know a thing of science. I got a C plus in biology. You wanted to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. Take this. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment.
Yes, I like your name.
Alright. You can see the report, but that's all.
Died at 9 p.m. Death was instantaneous. That gumball earlier really hit hard. Maya. About Maya?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win.
Aren't gonna win. Why do you say that?
Oh, Buckney. The city put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution.
Edgeworth.
I'm sure you know what that means. You've been a lawyer and all.
I guess I've asked all the questions I need to.
You all done, pal?
Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influence in the witness with your lawyery ways, pal. Forget about it.
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. So, I'm sorry about this, but I can't let you, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Oh, you just told me her name, Miss May. Huh. So you sent her home already then?
You're trying your lawyery tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial.
So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should have known better than to try and get a detective have a cool little thing that I did before the stream started. I made it a minute before the stream started. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Edgeworth. Prosecutor boyfriend.
That's right, Bill. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I don't. Never heard of him.
Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't already know him.
Of course I know him. I was just playing dumb. He's a cold, heartless machine who'll do anything to get a guilty verdict, and also Phoenix Wright's boyfriend. There are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Are you sure you don't want to say anything about my badge?
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Gatewater Hotel. We are going to meet Richard Nixon himself. September 6th. Uh-oh.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. Oh, absolutely a fan thing. Like, I don't think they ever actually acknowledged them actually being in a relationship in the game. But their relationship did cause the second game to be made, which is pretty good.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that pal.
Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting. I can hardly contain myself. I just peed. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. I could use some alcohol. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fanco Law Office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. So there's just a building in front of this hotel room. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. A bomb. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey, hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. What's this inside, I wonder? Maybe later. Nice flowers. Ma'am, did you know that I am a lawyer?
Excuse me, but I'm a witness, police witness, you understand? How could I possibly give you any information in good conscience, Me, the witness. It's just like in the movies.
Unfortunately, I don't think the movies prepared you for the thinker. What did you witness? Do you think you could tell me something?
No. I
I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies.
Well, do I have some news?
I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. A big vocabulary. I skipped that dialogue.
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right, can you tell me what it is you do?
Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. This room. I see there are already 2 glasses on the table.
You say yes, I'm an alcoholic.
Is there someone staying here with you?
Oh, what an amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like little nosy lawyers, You know, yeah.
Oh boy. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
Oh, so you're the one who has been looking for me.
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. Aha, so you're the lawyer, are you now?
Yes, yes.
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
I was at the arcade. At Dave and Buster's. Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually it's about Maya Fey.
Oh. Yes, my Fay, go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Cha-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Sir, did you know that I am a lawyer?
Very sorry, but I've got nothing to say regarding this matter.
Your refusal? How do you just refuse someone like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, yes, of course, I know that. However, I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Get out of here.
Creep. Fine. I don't have the time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
I think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gregory. I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid that no lawyer worth his salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? Now? I've got nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? Hello?
Hi.
You're here. How do you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
New record. Gonna play another sound effect. And that's all I can play. Or else John Twitch himself will execute me.
A mission.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
That painting. That's quite a painting.
Aha! You noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the Huron's sea, the weave in the straw hats. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. I got bad news. It's 3:42 p.m., so canonically, Phoenix has 18 minutes before the detention center closes. All right. Visiting hours are over. Hiya.
Oh, you're back.
Thank you.
Did you find the lawyer?
Well, what'd I tell her?
Well, see, just be honest.
I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
Nick, what the fuck? What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then.
I can't, go higher than that. Maya, just remember, in these trying times, I am a lawyer.
Sorry, I've never seen that before.
Goodbye. The day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay. All I've been doing for the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made. The thinker. The murder weapon. This thing is basically a serial killer at this point. It practically Oh. Forgot the game made that joke. So then, when did you arrive at the office?
I was right around 9 o'clock.
Sag.
The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Dead as fuck.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I needed to hear for now. Your family. What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is, but she's not dead, just missing.
For how long?
20 years.
Don't know? So she could still be alive? Your mother. You know who else Mom is missing first? The women in my family have been mediums for generations.
They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced that she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself on that mountain. Your mother's enemy. So, who is this man who ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim.
Wow, so what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
Don't fucking call me that. The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the medium jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughing stock of the nation.
Small, medium, at large. I see. White! Excuse me? White?
That was his name. My sister told me.
White. Testing. Hello. My microphone died. Welcome back.
Just a A little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes in, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Yeah. There's nothing left here for me to do. She'll be better off with a state-appointed lawyer. I think I'd better get home now.
Goodbye.
It was a few days later when I found out how the story ended. The results of the trial was in the newspaper. Guilty. Technically. I don't know if y'all's message appears in the stream, so I don't know if anyone else will see it. But if it does, oh well. I'm more worried about Otto's name than mine, honestly. I'll probably never meet her again. Oh, that's true. Did I make the right choice? Will I ever know? Mia, if you can hear me, please tell me.
Game over.
Not. I can't let that happen. I'm not leaving here until she takes me as her lawyer, which is definitely legal.
Ah, codename.
Long John Silver. I'm not leaving here until she takes me as her lawyer, not legal. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Again, not legal.
Why?
Why? Well, someone else is the culprit. You aren't the culprit. Someone else is.
How do you know?
I don't. I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. Oh, yeah. I will be as careful as possible. Here is my social security number. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know. I've been there a long, long time ago. Flashback. That's why I became a lawyer in the first place. Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Sorry.
Right, thank you.
Whew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Fuck. Yes, I am. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So what's next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look inside the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Did you know? Back to the Richard Nixon Hotel.
Good afternoon, sir.
Why is she so boobs? Excuse me, you are?
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir.
Oh, right.
I've just come up to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, shitter. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like in your own room that this is not.
Yeah. Wait. No. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. Now's my chance to snoop around a bit.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Ah! You came back quick.
Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there was a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned.
Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name before? White? Points? That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, now that Miss May isn't here, I could really use a drink. No clues here. Bottle, 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Screwdriver. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to be a big shot, to see what's inside. What do we have here? Alcoholism. A wiretap. Huh! What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this?
Wiretap added to the court record.
There is definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind this all. I know it. Behind all this, I know it. I know words. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in the trial tomorrow, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, you know what I mean. Oh.
Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
To be continued. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
$10 a.m. in the morning, that's way before... He's there.
The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
Oh. I will call him Mr. Wright, or Nick instead. Make it easier for you.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statements. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Detective, I am cutting your salary right now.
Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
My man.
Sir, my name's Detective Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The penis was found by the window here. In the cause of death. Oh, that's the judge. Loss of blood due to struck by an object, sir. Forget about a walking here. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found by next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Detective, we're getting you a glass of Respect Women juice. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene of the crime, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. It was a whole evidence. She did it. Detective. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The blue guy and the purple woman. And the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Forget about it. With a witness account describing it. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the moment of the murder. Purple guy!
Skip that, oops.
Very well. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. Your Honor, the defendant just threw something at Phoenix. Kill her. Yes, Mr. Red White in charge of Blue Corp in a pink suit. Running, Red, Blue Corp.
My sister couldn't find contradictions in a witness's testimony.
Wait, no, it's Phoenix doing Maya's voice.
She would bluff it and press every witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong.
It worked lots of times. Huh. I should have expected Maya to know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Hey, as soon as that phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already.
I already read this. Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel. Right across from the crime scene.
Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue.
There were two people there already.
Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
A motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us about the two people you found. Tell us who the two people you found on the scene were.
Yes, sir.
Defendant, purple guy, and a purple woman. Are you absolutely sure it was us?
I don't know, are you sure it was us? good point. Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, Sonic the Hedgehog, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points with a little more care.
I immediately arrested Miss Moya Fay.
Why's that? What's your reason?
Why? We had a witness account describing her.
Hold on just 1 second. Yeah?
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Oh? Did I say it?
Me? I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any...
Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? No.
Oh, I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Ah,
Sorry, I got all the things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about you first. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of I am dying, Otto.
Otto.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper lying next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written. Hey, I'm walking here.
Sorry, Otto.
On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the victim's name.
Alright, we heard that here first. She wrote that before she died.
How do you like that for hard evidence?
5 viewers! Let's go!
Before we cross-examine, I have a question for you, Detective.
No, I think Germa's dog is named Otto.
Why didn't you testify this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try and be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Hard evidence. So I could cross-examine this. However, before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous. So you see, the contradiction is obvious. I am a lawyer. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does. I do not see anything contradictory.
Huh? Really?
Objection overruled. Try and think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
Whoops, that didn't go so well.
Before she died, wrote Quill's name, forget about it, pizza pasta, fuck you.
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those loyalty tricks, now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But
No butting your way out of this one, detective.
order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? It was the day after the murder. I forgot. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's points being... Oh, you dumb fuck. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility that the victim lived on for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. So you see here, Mr. Wright, you lose, I win. You are the big poo-poo face.
No way.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Oh, I had something up my sleeve, Mr. Wright. You look so shocked. Something you want to say? You're sham, Edgeworth.
I'm a sham. Detective Gumshoe, was I a fool to trust you and your reports?
Oh, me? I was... Huh? Detective Gumshoe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You're at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your salary evaluation.
Next month?
What? What? Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Detective Gumshoe is going to be eating styrofoam peanuts by the end of this game. I think that actually got rid of the time of death. Yeah.
The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocence? Oh yeah, Edgeworth is easily my second favorite prosecutor. He's an amazing character. Sorry. Yeah, I was fucking with my setup.
witness, your name, please?
April May at your service. Wink.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from any wanton winking or wanton soup.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This isn't good. Do not fear, it gets worse. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. What I like about Phoenix here is that there was actually a scrapped sprite that showed him with hard eyes, where he was falling for Miss May, and they took that out. He is the ace attorney.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 11th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Fanco law offices? Yes.
That's right, big boy. Who nuzzles you? Please,
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
like, yeah. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and I looked out the window, and then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her, and then she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink, jiggle.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness testimony was quite firm. Don't you, boob? Mr. Wright, I understand you are Miss Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
No thanks, I'm good. No, you're right. I guess there wouldn't be much point.
I'm glad you saw the error of your ways so soon, Your Honor. The prosecution rests its case.
What? That's it?
Very well.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Changed your mind? Will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes. I'd better, or I'd lose on the spot.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window,
What's a window? Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? What were you expecting to see?
Oh, well, gee. Well, I did have a hotel room with an entire building blocking my view.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Fortunately, I have just the thing to convince her. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
Mushroom. You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, stop him, poor girl.
Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl, what about poor me?
You looked out the window. What did you see next?
And then, I already read this.
The woman with long hair. Was that Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of. Some might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing? On the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me.
Nick, what the fuck?
However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus, dude.
But...
Still, we don't know that she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Row! What are you trying to say, you mean liar? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think that trifling little detail was necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you, please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise, wink. You want to know how I got these scars?
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged to the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think.
Yes, the clock.
Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Tee hee.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
I did see everything. I did. What did you see? So you saw me then, too.
Of course. I remember that spiky hair anywhere.
Spiky.
The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney.
Fuck you, attorney. Oh, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry.
Very well. Continue.
The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Is that right as in your right or right as in Phoenix right? As you looked from the hotel.
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up in like a bun.
Oh, that was Phoenix.
What happened then?
And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did.
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it?
That, clock. The statue clock. The thinker, I think.
Uh-oh. Yes, time to press her, figure it out. Squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. I didn't want to skip that dialogue. A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm on to something now.
The thinker.
Miss May, what you just said now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
As you see, I am going to bludgeon you to death with the thinker. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Let's follow the clock's example and think. Thank you, Slick. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder weapon with her own eyes. That's all the information here. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room, tee-hee. Hee-hee.
The law offices of Fay & Co. Where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. So close, in fact, that you can hear a clock from one room
in one building in the room of another room from another building. I'm not horseshitting you, I promise. She could have easily heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? I call horseshit, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Amateurs, amateurs, listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Sus. I need to think of something quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly just take a look right now? Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defendant says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Head empty, no thoughts. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the courts the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is, I am a lawyer. What do you say to that?
What? I don't really understand what's that supposed to mean.
I don't rightly understand either. Uh-oh. I think I blew it. Mr. Wright, please refrain from flippant representations of evidence in the future. Sorry, Your Honor. The evidence that proves that when the clockwork was removed is... my cell phone. Take a look at this. That is a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone.
Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Edgeworth is literally dying. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. He can't even afford packing peanuts at this point. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then?
If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh?
See, your mistake was that you forgot one thing. I am a lawyer. Thank you for that joke, Slick.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that this weapon was a clock?
Well, wasn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was it again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
It is the thinker. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody, and the one that isn't here will be in police custody.
Impossible! Everything's sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today?
Oh, Cydro. What's it to you, porcupine head?
That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I lose it? I guess I did, tee a wink.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
Oh dear. I don't think that's very good. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Wiretap. Have a look at this.
Oh, that?
I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that a witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Well, you see, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. It is the phone. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Bill, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, that's something I want to hold on to me for. Again? But what's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Hey.
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. -2. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant?
Gah! She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. The victim's phone. I would hardly call that irrelevant.
While the court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Huh. I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who thought that, and of course I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service.
Iced coffee, I believe. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
So, where does that leave us?
It is my great pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No. They're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come to think of something. We need to call that bellboy. My girlfriend thinks he is attractive. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk in quite low enough already.
Yes, I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? I don't want to. Because I hold that wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? Judge, can we call the witness?
Sure, I have no problem with it.
If Miss May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April Mays was not the killer, and thus she is innocent, and thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, Maya, I'm very sorry. I can't accept those conditions. Very well, the defense will refrain from calling the bellboy as a witness.
I see. You may continue your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Right. On with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yes, but that bears no relevance on the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh. Think. This can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence.
Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call?
None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means Maya's guilty. Wait! Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Jesus fucking Christ, Wright. How's thy thoughts? May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Mr. April May's alibi prove to be solid, then by default your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth. He's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. I accept.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we are ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea looks rather heavy, so without further ado... The witness may begin his testimony. I am sorry for calling you out, Dee Dee. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, business for 4 generations. Does anyone want tea? Anyone in this courtroom? Do you want tea? Crackers, maybe? I always have fresh tea and biscuits on hand, yes. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. I was looking at her tits the entire time, I promise, and I delivered the iced coffee to her guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished.
I am the head bellboy at the fine... Oh. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, business in 4 generations. I believe I have received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at...
I need to be cross-examining this. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did she see in her all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I...
Fuck you.
The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then?
What exactly did you do at this hotel?
Why, anything requested of me, sir.
Yes, I love the Gatewater Hotel. It is hilarious.
I checked in guests. I checked out guests. I clean rooms. I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally.
Are you always so prim?
Mr. Wright! You will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
I think I already got that one.
She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on the dot, you say?
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9 o'clock. The time of the murder.
I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course.
Precisely 9 o'clock, then?
Precisely. Exactly. Most definitely, sir. 9 p.m.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tea. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time?
And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
You are sure that it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely?
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasure, sir.
Embrasure? Is that French for embrace?
It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing here. Is that it?
Finally, you understand. This bellboy has no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? Yeah, I'll give up. No. If I give up now, I lose everything. If I just give up the case, I'll be giving up the very reason I became a lawyer. Wait! Please wait!
Yes, does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I must object.
This charade of justice has gone on long enough. No, Mr. Edgeworth. Calm your tits. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all.
Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Bed making. Bed making. Tell me about making beds that day. I was wondering what you were going to ask, but bed making a new low.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense will answer the defense's question. The witness will answer the defense's question. Oh, well, it was quite like any other day's bed making. I changed the sheets, the pillowcases, and I proceeded to make the bed. I had to bring pillows for two, of course, but they're quite light, you see.
I see. Thank you. Pillows for two. Bellboy, what did you just say?
Yes. The pillows are light, sir?
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying with Miss May's room?
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you, didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Ah, yes, quite, indeed. It was the, a good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof! You fool!
I've done it. I won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room.
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been involved in the murder, involved in murdering the person with the murder weapon. This murder weapon, specifically. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It was the man with it was the bellboy. The man who checked in with Miss May.
Ooh!
Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of murder.
My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oof! Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's arguments. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
September 7th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I thought you were gonna be horseshit in there. I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well...
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyways?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you. Eh.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Next time on Phoenix Wright. Nope. I want to stop. And I believe it was very fun. A pleasure for the first stream. Maybe I'll do it next week. Maybe I'll do it next month. We will see. Until then, I will show this off. It's been a pleasure being an e-clown. Take care.